credit card points. I kind of got fascinated with this idea of credit card points. A couple of years ago, I started like learning it, and now the result of that is 2 million credit card points that I was able to get so far. Um, and that's only because I learned how to do this. So whatever I'm about to give you, is going to be worth at least, hopefully in the next couple of years, is going to be worth at least $10,000 to $20,000 in credit card points for you guys. So let me share that with you guys. I also have about 500,000 Amex. So here it is. I'll email this to you guys too if you guys want it in writing. But if you want, take some notes too. So the best one by far is your best business credit card is the Chase Business Preferred. Okay, Chase Business Preferred. Why? Because you get 3x points on marketing and different things. You could look at the full benefits, but overall, it has the most benefits out of all credit cards for business. It's $95 a year, which is very, very cheap. So I think all you guys should have a Chase Business Preferred to get those 3x points. At the same time, it's up to you whether you get this or not. I think the Business Preferred, I think, is a must for all you guys. But if you want to do really double down on your credit card points and really get the most out of it, then on personal, you also want to get a personal Chase Sapphire Reserve. Again, the Chase Business Preferred is for your business, but this is on your personal. Why? Because you could transfer over all of your Chase points to Chase Sapphire Reserve to book flights and hotels and get 50% more value from your points. So for example, you earn 3 points for all your Google AdWords and Facebook ads spend. And then before I book anything, I transfer over to the Chase Sapphire Reserve on my personal credit card. And obviously, if you can write it off as a business expense. You use. I'll show you another card to be able to use use your business credit card for that. But this is if you're going on a personal trip. And your 3 points actually become 4.5 points when you do this, when you transfer over and use your Chase Sapphire Reserve to book your thing. So use your Chase Business Preferred and transfer over to Chase Sapphire Reserve to book your flights and hotels. Get 50% more points.
Hey, Sam, I got a quick question for you on
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Does it work on Sapphire Preferred or just Sapphire Reserve?
Reserve.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks.
Sure. There are some benefits to preferred too. See, preferred only makes sense if those specific benefits make sense specifically for you. So if there's something there that I haven't, then it could be worthwhile. But however, if you just put them up against each other, reserve versus preferred, reserve is definitely more bang for your buck. That I could tell you for sure. Next, once you have tier 1, tier 2 is your second business credit card. If we were, one of the benefits, you don't want to have one, by the way. You always want to have 2 or multiple. Why? Because one of the main components of your credit card score is utilization, which is what percentage of your credit limit you actually use. So if you just say you have a $10,000 credit limit and you use $5,000 of that credit limit, and then your statement ends, that's a 50% credit card utilization, which is too high. So there's one of 2 ways to kind of bypass that is you pay before the statement ends. So you should know your statement date. Before that date, you pay off as much of the credit card as much as possible so that your credit card utilization is lower. So ideally, it should be anywhere from 2 to 5%. Not 0, by the way. You shouldn't pay off the entire thing. It should only be, let's say, out of 10,000, it should be like $200. You pay it off. That's one way. Or you get another credit card where you kind of play a balancing game. Maybe for like 1 month, I'm using this credit card, pay that off a little bit early before the statement ends, and then switch over to this credit card and pay that off. So the tedious a little bit, it becomes part of your regular routine. But if again, the credit card, obviously having credit card points pays off when you're making big purchases, which obviously we already know the benefits of that. But obviously also the credit card points, it does add up. It really does add up, especially your spend adds up over time, it's accumulation. Also, that adds up to $20,000. $20,000 is significant. So for that, your second business credit card, you want to get the American Express Gold because you get 4x points on your top spend on I believe your top 2 spending categories, whether that be marketing or restaurants or whatever. Then you could book one of the other benefits of the American Express Gold is you be able to book first or business class flights with American Express. Actually, this is if you would get another card. I'm not at the point yet. I don't even have the platinum, but if you again want to get extra benefits, like extra benefits, um, then you'll be able to transfer over those points to your platinum, and you get 35% of your points back when you book first or business class flights. That means you get your first or business class flights for the same price as regular flight tickets. But at the very least, at least get the American Express Gold to get the 4x points to kind of build that up. Bonus advice: this is if you just happen to this is relevant for you is if to get more value, especially if you're traveling overseas, you want to transfer your points directly to the airline and purchase directly from the airline to save hundreds of thousands of dollars. So usually, if you're booking directly to the airline, it's usually cheaper. So just transfer over to that specific airline and book it through that. It makes more sense if you're booking it for like bigger tickets, for overseas tickets. But if it's like $100, $200 flight domestically, it doesn't, it's not worth the time. So just have that in mind. But at the very least, you guys should definitely get the Chase Business Preferred. And then if you guys want to do even better, especially if you just want to get one Chase family Sapphire Reserve for your family, just one card makes sense.
Hey, real quick, Sam, what
Yes.
did you mean by transferring your points directly to the airline? Which card are you transferring points from?
I believe both Chase and Amex have a transfer. When you log into your rewards portal, there's a way for you to transfer over to a specific airline, your airline account. So just say you have an American Airlines number, you transfer over to that number, and when you log into American Airlines, your points are there. Set it up again. You do it. You just set it up this month. That way you don't have to worry about it. There's also another credit card. There's a couple of credit cards that give 2% cashbacks. So sometimes maybe the points you're not going to be using the points maybe as much. So if you want just cashback instead, there are a couple of credit cards. Let me find that for you guys. The names of those ones. Capital One Spark, 2% cashback. There's other ones I believe as well. By the way, again, all that I take all this stuff of me researching and studying this. I'm taking all that advice and giving to you guys like this. This is it. The conclusion comes down to what you guys just saw. That's how it is with Legal Funnel. Again, it's not just saying things. It's based on a lot of research and kind of figuring things out to give that to you guys. Or else I'm going to share it. Yeah, Capital One Spark is the 2% cashback card if you guys want a cashback card.